This is a video on how to pick up dropped stitches without using a crochet hook. So let's imagine that you have worked across your row and something catastrophic happened, like your dog jumped in your lap or something pulled on your knitting and it pulled it partway off your needle. So a stitch came off your needle and it pulled down. And you've got several rows. And you think, oh my goodness, how am I going to fix that? And I don't have my crochet hook with me. What you do is you catch that last loop and you put it on the left needle. Then you need to look and see the order of the loose strands. So this is the first one down here, second, third, fourth. You're going to start with the first one and you use the right needle. You pick that loop up and just put it on the left needle, the strand, and you pull this over, kind of like binding off a stitch. Then you find the next strand in order, it's this one, put it over the left needle, pull the stitch over. The next one, it's right here, put that on, pull the stitch over. And the last one, and pull the stitch over. So now you've fixed your error. Looks good, no problem. Now let's say it wasn't in stockinette stitch. Maybe you were working in garter stitch. So they're not all knits. Let's pick this loop up, put it on the left needle. So now we've got 4 strands over here. Let's say the first one should be a purl. So we pick it up, and instead of putting it on this side of the needle and pulling this over, you need to put it over on the left side of the stitch on the left needle. And then you're going to use your right knitting needle and go through and pull it through just as if you were going to purl. And then put it back on the left needle. Now you have a purl stitch. Then the next one's going to be a knit because we're pretending that we're doing garter stitch, or it could be seed stitch. And you pull it over knitwise. The next one is going to be a purl. So we put it on, move it over to the left side. So it's on the left of that stitch. We go through the stitch as if to purl and pull the loop through. So now we have a purl bump, a knit, and a purl bump. And this last one's going to be a knit. And now we have our work back on in purl, knit, purl, knit. This one would be a purl if we were doing that. And we'd continue across the row. So you don't always need to have a crochet hook. You can fix it without one. Happy knitting!